As we mark the 16th of September 2025, let's pause to celebrate the lives of people we've recently lost and those whose legacies still guide us. This space is all about cherishing their memories and drawing strength from their stories. We'll also reflect on WWE superstar Jey Uso's recent struggles that continue to move his fans. Subscribe now and help us keep their legacies alive. Jerome Young, better known by his ring name New Jack, was born on January 3, 1963, in Greensboro, North Carolina. He became one of the most notorious and influential figures in professional wrestling, earning fame in the 1990s for his work with Extreme Championship Wrestling, ECW. Known for his hardcore style, New Jack didn't just wrestle, he brought chaos to the ring, blending high-risk moves, brutal brawls, and a fearless attitude that left audiences both shocked and thrilled. New Jack first gained widespread attention alongside Mustafa Sayed as part of the Gangsters, a tag team that brought street-inspired realism to wrestling. Their act wasn't just about fights, it touched on themes of race, society, and the harsh realities of life in urban America. New Jack's promos were edgy, raw, and unapologetic, connecting with fans who craved authenticity in a world often dominated by scripted performances. His career wasn't without controversy. In 2004, a match incident left fellow wrestler Eric Koulis seriously injured, leading to legal battles and heated discussions about the safety of extreme wrestling. Yet, for all the chaos and headlines, New Jack remained a figure beloved by hardcore wrestling fans, admired for his relentless energy and dedication to entertaining, no matter the cost. Even after ECW closed, New Jack kept performing on the independent scene, appearing in promotions like TNA and XPW, and later in documentaries and reality shows. Though he has passed, his influence on hardcore wrestling is enduring, a reminder of a performer who lived on the edge and left an unforgettable mark on the industry. David Hebner, born on May 17, 1949, was a beloved figure in professional wrestling, remembered not just for his work in the ring, but for his passion and dedication to the sport. He passed away at the age of 73, leaving behind a legacy that fans and colleagues continue to honour. Hebner's career spanned decades, during which he became one of wrestling's most respected referees. He officiated for major promotions, including the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, now WWE, and World Championship Wrestling, WCW, lending his calm authority and professionalism to countless matches. Fans often recall his ability to keep the action flowing seamlessly, ensuring that the story in the ring was told with fairness and excitement. One of his most memorable moments came during the infamous Double Hebner incident, where he and his identical twin, Earl Hebner, became part of a storyline that would be remembered by fans for years. Outside of refereeing, David had an entrepreneurial spirit. He worked as a promoter and engaged in various wrestling ventures, driven by his love for the industry. More than anything, he cared deeply about the people around him, often advocating for wrestlers' rights and well-being. Hebner's presence went beyond the technical aspects of wrestling. He brought warmth, professionalism, and heart to every role he took on. His passing was felt deeply throughout the wrestling world, with fans and colleagues remembering not just the man in the striped shirt, but the person who dedicated his life to making wrestling better for everyone. David Hebner's contributions and his spirit continue to be celebrated, leaving a lasting mark on the industry he loved. Hana Kimura was a bright and talented Japanese professional wrestler, born on September 3, 1997, in Yokohama, Kanagawa, Japan. Growing up as the daughter of former wrestler Kyoko Kimura, Hana was immersed in the world of wrestling from a young age. Inspired by her mother's career and guided by her passion, she began training at just 15 years old, and in 2016, she made her professional debut with World Wonder Ring Stardom. From the start, Hana stood out for her dynamic wrestling style, agility, and the ability to tell a story through her matches, captivating fans both in Japan and around the world. Hana's charm extended beyond the ring. Her appearance on the Netflix reality show Terrace House, Tokyo's 2019 to 2020 introduced her to a global audience, earning her a devoted following and allowing fans to see her personality beyond wrestling. She was admired not only for her athleticism, but for her warmth, energy, and the passion she poured into everything she did. Tragically, Hana's life was cut short at just 22 years old. Her death, ruled a suicide, brought heartbreaking attention to the pressures of online harassment and the critical importance of mental health awareness in the entertainment industry. The loss sent shockwaves through the wrestling community, with fans and fellow wrestlers worldwide expressing their grief and sharing tributes in her memory. Though her time was brief, Hana Kimura's legacy continues to resonate. She is remembered not only for her incredible talent in the ring, but for the joy, inspiration, and humanity she shared with the world. Her story serves as a poignant reminder of compassion, the impact of cyberbullying, and the need to support those struggling quietly behind the scenes. Joyce Grable, born on November 9, 1952, was a trailblazer in women's professional wrestling, leaving a lasting legacy that continues to inspire fans and wrestlers alike. She entered the wrestling world in the 1970s, a time when opportunities for female athletes were limited. Yet she quickly made a name for herself with her athleticism, determination, and undeniable charisma. Grable became known not just for her skill, but for the way she connected with audiences. Her matches were a blend of technical expertise and compelling storytelling, earning her admiration from both peers and fans. Over the years, she competed in major promotions such as the National Wrestling Alliance, NWA, and the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, taking on some of the biggest names in women's wrestling and leaving a mark in every ring she stepped into. Her championship victories were a testament to her dedication and talent, but her influence went beyond titles. Grable played a key role in elevating women's wrestling, helping to create a platform for future generations of female athletes to shine. Colleagues remember her as a generous mentor and a passionate advocate for the sport, someone who poured her heart into every match and every interaction. Joyce Grable passed away at the age of 70, leaving behind a legacy that extends far beyond her in-ring accomplishments. She is remembered as a pioneer, a mentor, and a beloved figure in wrestling history. Her impact on women's wrestling and the inspiration she provided will be felt for generations to come. Nikolai Volkov, born Josip Peruzovich, was a professional wrestler whose name became instantly recognizable during the Cold War era. He gained fame as the ultimate Soviet villain, a character that drew intense reactions from American fans in the 1970s and 1980s. With his towering frame, over 6 feet tall and more than 300 pounds, Volkov dominated the ring, captivating audiences not just with his size, but with his ability to fully commit to his role. Fans would boo loudly as he sang the Soviet national anthem before matches, a gesture designed to stir the crowd and solidify his status as one of wrestling's most notorious heels. Teaming with the Iron Sheik, another iconic villain, Volkov won the WWE Tag Team Championship, creating memorable moments that wrestling fans still talk about today. Yet, behind the character, Josip Peruzovich was very different from the persona he portrayed. He had fled communist Yugoslavia and deeply appreciated the United States for welcoming him. Colleagues admired him for his professionalism, discipline, and dedication to wrestling, and he was known for his kindness and respect toward others in the business. Volkov's ability to make fans passionately react, whether in admiration or anger, showcased his talent and commitment. He passed away at 70, leaving behind a legacy that goes beyond championship titles. He helped define what it meant to be a classic wrestling villain while quietly earning the respect and affection of those who knew him. His story remains an enduring chapter in wrestling history, illustrating the man behind the memorable persona. Joshua Samuel Fatu, better known to fans worldwide as Jey Uso, has become synonymous with energy, charisma, and heart in the world of professional wrestling. From the moment he stepped into the squared circle, Jey has captivated audiences not only with his athleticism, but also with his ability to tell stories in the ring. His performances carry an intensity that feels genuine, an authenticity that makes fans believe in every struggle, every triumph, and every emotion displayed. Over the last decade, he has grown from a promising young talent into one of WWE's cornerstones, carrying both championship gold and the weight of expectations on his broad shoulders. But as every wrestling fan knows, a career as physically demanding as Jey's comes with inherent risks. Injuries, setbacks, and moments away from the spotlight are all part of the journey. And in recent months, the WWE Universe has watched with concern as Jey's presence on television grew sparse, his absence leaving an unmistakable void. The catalyst for this hiatus came during a particularly vicious encounter with Drew McIntyre. Known for his power, intensity, and hard-hitting style, McIntyre delivered an assault that pushed Jey to the edge. Unlike the carefully choreographed exchanges fans see in storylines, this confrontation left real-world consequences in its wake. The attack was brutal, with Jey sustaining trauma that primarily affected his ribs and upper body. While WWE often blurs the line between fiction and reality, this injury was very real, and the aftermath forced him away from active competition. Backstage, WWE's medical team quickly stepped in, assessing the extent of the damage, and it became clear that Jey would require time to heal properly. For fans, the images of Jey struggling to stay upright after the attack sparked immediate concern, raising questions about the seriousness of his condition and the timeline for his return. The nature of the injury. Professional wrestling is a world where storytelling and spectacle often overshadow the sheer physicality of the sport. Yet, the injury Jey sustained highlighted the fragility beneath the bravado. Reports indicate that the attack by McIntyre caused multiple rib injuries, alongside significant trauma to his upper body, leaving Jey in a vulnerable state that made even routine movements painful. The human body can take a beating in the ring, but injuries like these affect more than just a wrestler's physical performance. They impact breathing, endurance, and the ability to absorb the rigorous schedule WWE demands. For Jey, someone whose style relies heavily on agility, speed, and high-impact maneuvers, such an injury was not only painful, but also a major obstacle to returning to the top form fans have come to expect. Despite the severity, WWE has remained tight-lipped regarding the full details of Jey's condition, a measure likely intended to protect both the superstar and the integrity of future storylines. Nevertheless, behind the scenes, sources indicate that the injury required careful medical intervention, a combination of rest, monitoring, and controlled physical therapy. It was a reminder that even the toughest superstars, those who seem indestructible in the ring, are human and require time to recover. Jey's absence, therefore, was not a creative decision, but a necessary step to ensure his long-term health and ability to perform at the highest level. The road to recovery rehabilitation in professional wrestling is a journey as much mental as it is physical. Jey Uso, like many of his peers, understands this intimately. After the injury, he committed to a structured recovery program under the guidance of WWE's medical staff, alongside independent specialists who could provide additional expertise. His regimen included controlled exercises to rebuild strength, improve flexibility, and ensure that his ribs and surrounding muscles could handle the demands of wrestling again. This process is painstaking, slow, and, at times, frustrating, particularly for a performer who thrives on action, adrenaline, and audience interaction. The WWE Universe is no stranger to seeing superstars come back stronger after injuries, but each recovery is unique. For Jey, the challenge was not only physical, but also psychological. Being sidelined means watching storylines unfold from the outside, missing out on key moments, and maintaining the connection with fans without the usual platform. It requires mental resilience, patience, and an unwavering commitment to return in peak condition. Friends and family close to Jey have noted that his focus remains unwavering. He is determined not to rush the process, fully aware that a premature return could lead to further complications or even long-term damage. Recent setbacks and the mental toll. While Jey was already in recovery, news surfaced that his rehabilitation faced an unexpected setback during a recent training session. Sources close to WWE indicate that Jey experienced a minor re-injury, a twist of fate that caused temporary concern for both him and the medical team. The re-injury, while not catastrophic, meant recalibrating his recovery plan, incorporating additional rest periods, and closely monitoring his physical response to training. For someone accustomed to high-intensity action and a fast-paced schedule, this moment could be mentally taxing, testing Jey's patience and resolve. Yet, if his career history is any indication, these obstacles are challenges he will meet head-on, using adversity as fuel to return stronger and more determined. This setback also highlights a truth often overlooked by fans. Professional wrestlers are not just athletes. They are performers whose livelihoods depend on a delicate balance of health, endurance, and timing. Every injury carries risk, and even minor setbacks can alter career trajectories. But Jey's response so far, his discipline, focus, and refusal to let frustration dictate his mindset, demonstrates the mental toughness that has made him a fan favourite and a respected figure backstage. Debunking the rumours. Whenever a prominent WWE superstar goes off-screen for an extended period, speculation spreads like wildfire. Jey Uso's absence has been no exception, with fans and media circulating multiple theories about the nature of his injury and his future. Some rumours claimed that the injury was career-ending, suggesting that Jey might never wrestle again. This narrative, however, lacks any factual basis. While serious, his injury does not appear to threaten his career, and multiple reliable sources indicate that his recovery is on track, albeit slower than initially expected. Another rumour posited that Jey was unhappy with WWE, using the injury as an excuse to step away. Considering Jey's recent trajectory, a highly praised singles run, championship opportunities, and strong fan support, this claim is inconsistent with his professional record and public persona. Throughout his career, Jey has consistently expressed loyalty to WWE and a genuine love for wrestling. For someone with his passion, stepping away voluntarily during a prime period in his career would seem out of character. Similarly, speculation emerged suggesting that WWE might be keeping him off television purely for storyline purposes. WWE has been known to manage talent appearances strategically, but multiple insiders confirmed that Jey's absence was medical in nature, a response to real physical trauma rather than creative manipulation. Lastly, some reports hinted that the injury might be worse than initially reported. While recovery timelines in wrestling can fluctuate, and every injury carries nuances invisible to the public, there is no evidence to suggest catastrophic damage. Rather, it underscores the careful, ongoing monitoring necessary for a full recovery. Jey Uso's resilience and dedication. What stands out in Jey's career beyond his in-ring ability is his resilience. Injuries are an unfortunate, inevitable part of professional wrestling. Yet, Jey has repeatedly demonstrated the mental and physical fortitude needed to overcome adversity. From his early days as part of the Usos tag team to his solo endeavours in high-profile feuds, he has faced and conquered setbacks, channeling challenges into performance power. His commitment to rehabilitation is no different. He approaches recovery with the same meticulousness and dedication that defines his wrestling career. In conversations with those close to him, Jey is described as focused, motivated, and determined not to let the injury define his legacy. He is taking the necessary time, understanding that true success is measured not by the speed of return, but by the quality and sustainability of his performance once he steps back in the ring. Fans may be eager for his comeback, but this period of patience is crucial. The reality of wrestling injuries is that rushing back often leads to prolonged complications, and Jey's awareness of this reality is a testament to his professionalism and maturity. The impact of his absence on WWE. Jey Uso's absence has not just affected his own career, it has created a tangible void in WWE programming. On the Raw brand, particularly during his singles run, Jey had become a central figure, drawing fan attention and driving key storylines. His dynamic with top-tier talent, his charisma, and his ability to elevate matches made him a cornerstone of the show. Without him, the main event scene has felt noticeably different, with storylines adapting to his absence and other superstars stepping up to fill the space. Yet, the absence of one talent often creates opportunity for others. WWE's roster is deep, and the shifting landscape allows emerging stars to gain exposure and experience in prominent positions. When Jey eventually returns, the stage will be set for dramatic impact. Whether seeking revenge, reclaiming championship glory, or re-establishing his presence in top-tier storylines, his return is expected to reverberate across the brand, re-energizing audiences and shaking up ongoing rivalries. Fan reactions and support. Throughout this period, the WWE Universe has demonstrated unwavering support for Jey Uso. Social media has been flooded with messages of encouragement, fan art, and speculation about his eventual return. These reactions reflect the deep connection Jey has cultivated with his audience over the years. Fans are invested not just in his matches, but in him as a person. The journey, the challenges, and the moments of triumph that make wrestling compelling storytelling. For Jey, this support is undoubtedly motivating. Knowing that fans are rooting for him, eagerly awaiting his return, adds a layer of accountability and inspiration to his recovery. The emotional bond between superstar and audience is a unique aspect of professional wrestling, and in Jey's case, it serves as a powerful reminder that his impact extends far beyond the confines of the ring. Looking ahead, the future of Jey Uso. The question on everyone's mind is simple yet profound. When will Jey Uso return, and what will that comeback look like? While no official timeline has been released, it is clear that his return will depend on both medical clearance and WWE's creative planning. For a talent of his caliber, the stakes are high. WWE will undoubtedly craft a storyline befitting his talent, his journey, and his connection with fans. Whether it involves a dramatic confrontation with Drew McIntyre, a surprise appearance at a major event, or a high-stakes championship opportunity, the anticipation surrounding his comeback is immense. Given Jey's history, his approach to wrestling, and his unwavering dedication, fans can expect a triumphant return that blends emotional resonance with high-octane performance. Every step of his recovery has been about preparing not just to return, but to reclaim his place as one of WWE's premier performers. The journey may have been interrupted, but his momentum, talent, and resilience remain undiminished. The legacy of perseverance. Jey Uso's career, thus far, is a testament to perseverance. From his early days growing up in the wrestling family dynasty to achieving championship glory and main event status, he has navigated the highs and lows with grace, determination, and authenticity. Injuries, setbacks, and public scrutiny are all part of that narrative, yet they have never defined him. Each challenge becomes a chapter in a larger story of dedication, skill, and love for the craft. The recent injury and recovery process are simply the latest chapters. While the WWE Universe waits, the narrative of Jey Uso continues to evolve, reminding fans that wrestling is not just about victories and titles, but about overcoming adversity, connecting with audiences, and leaving a lasting impact. When he returns, it will not only be a return to action, but a continuation of a legacy that celebrates resilience, passion, and the unwavering spirit of one of wrestling's brightest stars. Final reflections. Injuries are a stark reminder that beneath the spectacle of professional wrestling lies a human being with physical limits, emotions, and dreams. For Jey Uso, this period of absence is a challenge that tests both body and mind. Yet, it is one he faces with the courage and determination that have defined his career. Rumours, speculation, and uncertainty may swirl, but the facts remain clear. His injury, while serious, is being treated with care and patience, and his commitment to recovery is unwavering. The WWE Universe can take solace in the knowledge that Jey's legacy is not in jeopardy. Every setback, every moment on the sidelines, serves only to underscore the resilience that has made him a fan favourite and a respected figure backstage. His eventual return promises to be not just a comeback, but a celebration of talent, determination, and the enduring spirit of a performer who embodies everything WWE fans love about wrestling. Until that day arrives, fans will continue to support, anticipate, and celebrate the journey of Joshua Samuel Fatu, knowing that when he steps back into the ring, it will be a moment of triumph worthy of the years of dedication and heart he has invested in the craft.